Do you want to invest in real estate but don't have a whole lot of money to invest? Or are you a seller that wants to sell your house but doesn't have a lot of money to fix it up? Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about both those topics. And I'm Rami Dhillon, and I'm a real estate agent with Realty ONE Group in Temecula, California. And this is my buddy.
I'm Alfred Ramirez from Impulse Capital Partners. I'm an investor.
And he's an investor and he's a lender. So he's going to give you a different perspective of his wholesaling. So if
What is
you,
wholesaling, Rami?
well, wholesaling is when it's basically you're selling a house. You're actually selling a contract, but
Correct term would be assignments of
right,
contracts.
assignment of contracts. But just to make it simple, you're selling a house without a real estate license, and you're not actually selling the house.
Well, let me correct you. You're not selling the house.
Yeah, exactly.
You're selling the contract.
Right, and that's why I'm saying I was kind of simplifying it. But we're going to get into the nitty gritty. You were actually assigning the contract, like what Alfred said. And so what you do is, so let's say I want to get into real estate, and I don't have a real estate license, and I don't have a lot of money, and I want to invest in real estate. So one way is to start wholesaling properties. And so let's say Alfred has a house he wants to sell, and I approach him, and you know, he doesn't want to fix up the house.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have the money to fix it up.
Yeah.
So I approach Alfred and say, hey, I will find a buyer for you, or I'll sell the house for you, right?
Okay.
Right.
And you come to an agreement.
We come to an agreement that I'm buying the house from him.
Yep.
Okay. So we write up a contract, and I write an offer. He accepts the offer, and I have the right to assign that contract to another buyer.
Yep.
So essentially,
to another investor.
Right.
Because here's the thing: is not to any buyer, because not every loan's going. Like if you were to sell to a conventional buyer,
right.
the lender's not going to finance that property.
Right.
So it's going to have to be to another cash buyer,
Right.
or to somebody who's going with hard money. So just keep that in mind.
Right. Very, very important point.
It's not going to be for a homeowner.
Right. Exactly. So you're selling that contract to an investor, and so I've got Alfred under contract, and so now Alfred. The reason he came to me is because one, he doesn't want to fix up his house, and he has to make a quick move. He wants that property gone within 10 days or 20 days, whatever it may be, right? Short period of time. So now I have the contract with Alfred. So what I do is I go to all the buyers that I know that are investors that have cash or hard money loans, and they can close quickly within days.
Usually for about 10, 15 days.
Right. And then so what I do is I assign that contract to
For a fee.
For a fee, yes.
That's how you get paid.
Exactly. So that's exactly it. So that's how you get into real estate investments without having a lot of money. So I assign that contract to the next buyer or investor who's going to buy it for cash, and I get a fee for it. Now, what is that fee? It's whatever you can negotiate, because that fee is going to be paid by the next buyer, not by Alfred. And I also...
And you want to keep in mind, too, you're wholesaling a property. You're not flipping a property.
Right.
So you want to be realistic, too, about your effort you're putting into it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Here in California, I would say maybe, $20,000, $30,000.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you can get more, but, I would stick with those numbers.
Yeah, you want to be
weigh it where you're at.
You want it to be a win-win. You don't want to gouge,
because you want to keep your your buyers, right?
Right, right.
You want to be able to wholesale them more deals. So if you're taking all the profits and you're giving them crap, well, why would I buy from you anymore?
Right. So why is that investor going to buy from you when you're saying I'm going to assign it for $100,000? He's got no profit left in the contract. So it should be reasonable if you want to do business again, which is what you want to do, right? So basic concept here is it's an assignment of a contract. Now, you have to be very careful. In California, this is legal. It is allowed. There's one state in the union that's talking about There's
a couple of states, actually, that are talking about, well, a couple of states already have kind of outlawed it.
Right.
But, I mean, again, there's ways around it. But, definitely check with your attorney and, make sure you're not doing anything that you're going to get sued for.
Exactly. Check with your state. And also keep in mind, in the state of California, So once I got that contract with Alfred and I assigned it to the next investor or buyer, I cannot advertise that property as I would as a real estate agent. Now, I am a licensed real estate agent, so if I wanted to list a property, put on the MLS, I could do that. I could advertise it. Now, in this circumstance, when you're wholesaling, you can't advertise it. So that's why you need to
But
create
you blast it out to a buyer's list.
to people you know. So that's what Alfred's saying, a buyer's list. So you have to. So part of this business is not just getting the one seller into contract, but you must have a list of potential buyers that you can sell to very quickly.
And wholesaling is a tool you could kind of use to build your cash flow, so you can move into flipping, or you can move into note buying, or you can move into another aspect of real estate. So that's wholesaling is just another tool that you can use to build in that cash flow.
Right. So the whole, like we started the video off, and we said, hey, how do you get into investing without money? This is how you do it.
Yeah.
So you obviously you're gonna do more deals, multiple deals. You create cash flow, you accumulate your cash, and eventually you get to the point where
you're buying properties cash, or you're buying it with have enough for a down payment, and you're gonna go hard money or something.
Right. But also very important. So you can't advertise it all over the place. You can't put it online. You can't put it on Zillow or Trulia or Redfin, because now you're advertising the property as you would with a real estate license.
But you put it in wholesale groups.
You can.
Post it in wholesale groups on Facebook.
Right. Private groups.
Private
groups.
Yeah.
So that's people you're already doing business with, or like a buyer's list. So that's the aspect of how you get into real estate without a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
So, but now, why would the consumer, the seller, in our example, want to wholesale his house when he can come to a real estate agent like me and sell the house for top dollar?
Well, again, you're looking for distressed owners is what you're looking for.
Okay.
So you're looking for those distressed owners, those distressed properties, people that don't have the money to fix them up, people that are having, money issues, people that are having, maybe getting divorced and just, hey, I want to screw my wife and not give her nothing.
Or vice versa.
or vice versa.
Right.
But you're looking for those distressed people that need to get out of that home quick, foreclosures, something in that aspect, or somebody who just wants to leave, get the heck out of California.
Right. So so there's something going on with that seller where he needs to get out quickly, and it could be anything. It could be a probate deal where somebody passed away. It could be someone received a notice of default, that they lost their job, they lost their income.
Yep.
So life happens. Right.
Oh yeah,
so,
life's going to start happening a lot this year.
Yeah. So Alfred's in the school of thought that we're in for a crash. So, anyways, he and I kind of disagree. Well, that's
another topic.
That's another topic for another video. So, anyway, so the seller, he or she knows that they're going to be making less money than they can with a real estate agent. Yeah. They know that. And they're okay with that.
And be upfront with the seller too. Let them know that, hey, you know what, you're selling this property. You're not purchasing this property.
Right.
Because that could come to a shock to them when they go to sign the paperwork.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, what the heck, Rami? You're not buying this property. You told me you were going to buy it.
Right.
And now all of a sudden you're not. They come back out of the deal.
Yeah. Look, it's always good to be honest and disclose everything up front, because these folks know, hey, that I'm selling it for less. And they don't mind you signing it. The contract says I'm going to be closing this deal within 2 weeks. Yeah. That's what they want. That's what you're going to give them. They're okay with it. You be upfront about it. Hey, look, I may end up closing this transaction if you have your own cash, obviously, right? Or it may be somebody within my network of buyers that might close it. Who knows? You've got the cash to do it, but the numbers don't pan out for you. But someone else could.
Someone else does, yeah.
Yeah, because they have a better crew, or that they use all the time. You may be new at it, and it's going to cost you more money.
Or maybe they're not flipping the house maybe they're not going to buy the house to flip it. Maybe they're buying the house to rent it out.
Right.
So they're maybe they're not looking for that high enough equity. Maybe they're looking for 85%, loan to value versus 70 to 60%.
Right.
As a flipper should be looking for.
Right. So maybe they're okay with the smaller
amount.
Right. Exactly. Or maybe they're going to hold the property. It could be. Maybe they want to rent it out.
Yeah.
They got a deal. So and it's going to cash.
And they're going to cash flow off of the property.
Okay. So there you have it. So that's that's wholesaling. How to get into real estate with zero investment or little investment. You can start wholesaling,
Yeah.
and then also why would a seller want to wholesale a property? So we're giving you both.
It's a real crash course in wholesaling.
It
If
is.
you want to know more, I
Yeah.
mean, definitely leave comments in the comment spot. And,
Reach out to us. You're going to have Alfred's phone number. Alfred's very experienced in flipping and wholesaling, and I've done the same as well. We've done some wholesale transactions together.
We could even fund your transactions as well. We could do transactional funding
Right.
for you as well, and I could go into more details on that for you, if you want to.
Absolutely. So if you folks have enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel down there. And
We'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely. See you folks on the next video. All right. Bye-bye.